Test. Okay, I'm really sorry about this stupid audio, guys. I really am. I can't fix it. I'd probably have a computer. Try this. Maybe. It's probably like really bad now. All right, moving on. Just don't look at my dumb face. All right. Let's bitch about this for a minute. This really pissed me off. Oh, the audio's in sync. Holy shit, the audio's in sync. It required a 1200 millisecond jump. All right, finally. Sorry, thank you. I don't have to worry about it again. Thank God. All right, moving on for me shitting on Yang Gang. You guys ready? Thank God. Okay. Fixed. Yes. Woohoo! Yes, fixed. Thank God. All right. Moving on. NSYNC did it. Oh, Jesus. I'm really sorry about that. Okay. All right. So let me shit on this video. Let me shit on so Now This News, which is pretty much the media wing of the Democratic Party. They put out all these campaign videos. They put out tons of AOC stuff. Like, I've never heard them say a bad thing about a Democrat ever. It's just how it is. I don't understand that. So let's watch this video with Andrew Yang talking about what else? What else? The freedom dividend. Oh, no shit. That's all this guy has. That's all he talks about. That's the only thing he has in his life. The freedom dividend. There's nothing else worth talking about for Andrew Yang. There's nothing else. His policies are garbage. He's not a good candidate. Let's watch me tear this shit apart. It is too good to be true. You can't pay that money. You cannot fund the freedom dividend. He's like, "Oh, we're going to get it from tech companies." No, you're not. What if there's a tech bubble? And he's like, "Oh, well, you'd have to change the Constitution to stop everybody from getting $1,000 a month." Well, guess what? You can't fund it. The people that really, really need it will never even see it because they have to choose between welfare and UBI. All right, moving on. Oh, downskated. Thank you very much. And also fix the video if you can. Oh, crap. Okay. Anyway, well, it doesn't matter what he said at the beginning. Yeah, sorry. Fix the... I turned down the audio because I was trying to sync it with YouTube. Anyway, sorry. Thank you for pointing it out. You paid $20 to tell me that. Clash with the Department of Killing. Thank you so much. All right, let's move it on. Andrew Yang wants to give you $1,000 a month. No questions asked, except if you're a somebody on welfare, then you will not see this $1,000 a month. Why don't they just give the money to the poor people? That I could kind of get behind if you're just like, look, we'll give everybody a little bit of money and see if it works. I could maybe see that. But that's not what he wants to do.
My flagship proposal is a freedom dividend of $1,000 a month for every American adult starting at age 18.
You don't say. I've never heard that. I think everybody on the planet knows this, and nobody cares. That's why you're polling at 3% or less. Nobody cares about your little fun little giveaway. It's not a real thing. Congress would never approve this, ever. like ever.
So that means that you would receive $1,000 a month, every month. And this is a renaming of something called universal basic income, a policy that's been with the country since our founding. Thomas Paine was for it.
Who cares? Wow. A guy from 200 years ago was, he was for it. Well, it wasn't the same exact thing. But, you know, oh, well, wow, this old guy 200 years ago, he wanted to do it. Why? We should do it now, too. That's a good reason. No, it's not. It's a shitty reason, a stupid reason.
He called it the citizens' dividend. Martin Luther King fought for it in 1967 in his book, Chaos or Community.
Oh, I've debunked this. I debunked this in my video. He didn't say that. Do you think that Martin Luther King would want to give rich white people money for no reason? Tell me. No. I really want to track down some of Martin Luther King's descendants, like some of his, not descendants, his, like, you know, his I think he has I know he has a daughter. I want to track down his freaking children and go, would this be okay just to give $1,000 to everybody? Even that Tom Steyer guy, just give him $1,000? Is that okay? No, it's not okay. It's garbage. Poofy, Andrew is 1K no strings attached kind of guy. Not sure which Andrew I'm talking about. Thank you, Poofy. Poofy, by the way, helped set up, I mean, she pretty much, her and her friend, they set up the Discord server. So thank you, Poofy. Poofy has also been doing some really great stuff with some script editing. So thank you, Poofy. You're the best. I appreciate it. All right, moving on. If you think that Martin Luther King would give rich white people money, you're out of your freaking mind. He wasn't fighting for that.
And it is what he was fighting for every day up to the day he was assassinated in 1968. Milton Friedman and 1,000 economists signed a study saying this would be tremendous for America.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Here, this is what that was. So this is basically, this is basically 1,000 economists. You can see all these names here, right? And I'm gonna read this. The country will not have met its responsibility until everyone in the nation is assured an income no less than the officially recognized definition of poverty. A workable and equitable plan of income guarantees and supplements must have the following features. Need, as objectively measured by income and family size, should be the sole basis of determining payment to which an individual or family is entitled, to provide incentive to work, save and train for better jobs. This is all talking about poor people needing money, not rich people getting a minimum amount from the government for no reason. Do you think all these economists are like, yeah, you know what, everybody just needs to get free money? No. That's not, and they were talking about, they mentioned a negative income tax, which has nothing to do with a guaranteed basic income or a universal basic income. They were basically talking about getting poor people out of poverty. Not anything else but that. But this is what they're trying to do. That Yang Gang is insistent that this is what all of this means because they want to secure the bag, and it's trash. Okay. Marcus, well, thank you. Yang has basically priced real candidate like Tulsi Gabbard out of the debates, and that's the real reason that the establishment like him. I'm not sure about that, and we're going to actually talk about Tulsi in a little bit, but he's definitely a big fucking waste of time. I can tell you that right now. She is definitely more of a real candidate, but I think people don't like Tulsi because she's too moderate. She's like on the verge of Republican, but not really. Heidi, I'm for UBI, but only for Bernie Sanders' employees. Whatever comes to mind. I often get frustrated when people think that problems can be solved by throwing money at them. Hadouken, fart booty. Thanks for the content. Always good. thank you, whatever comes to mind, and I'm going to actually talk about that later because I want to talk about homeless. So this statement by 1,000 economists about an income guarantee is not about an income for everybody. It's for fucking poor people. He's out of his fucking mind.
And it even passed the U.S. House of Representatives twice in 1971.
No, it didn't. Like Nixon's plan was for families that were, it was for families that needed welfare. It was for families. It wasn't just for everybody. It was for a couple that had like 1 or 2 kids. It wasn't for everybody. I talked all about this in my very first Yang video. And then I get Yang Gang telling me that I'm wrong, that I'm a liar, that I'm trying to screw with their candidate because I'm racist or something. Okay. Oh, that's not.
Became this close to being law. So this is not as radical as you might think. 44% of American jobs will be subject to automation in the next 20 to 30 years. 20 to 30% in the next 10 to 20 years. I mean, think about what that means. The most common jobs in the U.S. economy are administrative and clerical, which includes call center workers, retail and sales.
First of all, call center workers, nobody likes call centers. What's the first thing you do when you dial the phone and get a computer? You go operator. Nobody likes to. I actually know a little bit. I actually did some work at a company that is basically trying to make call center like AI, and it's not even close to replacing humans. You can never completely replace humans. Also, nobody wants to actually be a call center operator. It's the worst job. And plus, how much of this stuff is outsourced to other countries? How many times do you call somebody, talk to a human being, and they have a thick accent like they're from India? Because they're probably from India. That's a real thing. So you could fucking replace call center. That's fine. That's fine. Do it. That's totally cool. It's not going to happen. But also, food service and food prep is going to be replaced by automation? No, it's not. Do you think fast food restaurants are going to be completely replaced by automation? No. And I'm going to be doing a whole video about this, but it's completely and utterly insanely wrong. This is fear-mongering. Automation is actually going to help with, it's going to actually help make your jobs easier. There aren't going to be robot trucks. He's going to say that in a second. There's not going to be robot trucks. If there's robot trucks, it's going to be the Fast and the Furious every freaking day. Every truck's going to be hijacked. When they go, oh, drone delivery, Amazon's doing drone delivery. Yeah, guess what? You're never going to see a flying drone anywhere near New York City or any metropolitan area. And you know what those things carry? Like nothing. They can carry like cereal and soda and maybe like a 6-pack of beer. They're to get like 10 of these, you probably need like 2 drones. Probably not happening.
Food service and food prep, truck driving and transportation, and manufacturing.
And no, like truck driving, all this truck driving software, because right now there's a trucker shortage, right? So even if robots could completely replace truckers, right? First of all, you need to fill the gap first, right? And also, how many truckers own their own trucks, right? So if I own a truck and a company needs my truck to deliver their goods and it can be completely robotic, which it cannot, then I'm just going to sit at home and let the truck do the job, right? I'm still going to get paid because they're utilizing my truck, my services. It's all horseshit. Robot trucks and they talk about short haul trucking. So this is like, say, like a truck from Staples, right? Delivering paper. I've been watching a lot of The Office. Let's say that you fill up the truck and you say, okay, robot truck, go out and make deliveries. Who's going to take the stuff out of the truck? Who? Oh, the robots at the retail store too. They're gonna take it, and every job's gonna be 50. He says 50%. 50% of all jobs are going to be taken away from automation.
Those 5 sectors are all going to shrink, and that's half of American jobs. And then you're looking at other white-collar jobs like insurance agents and financial advisors. And
half of the job of a financial advisor, or they're like salesmen. They're trying to get you to give. If I'm a financial advisor, I need to sell it to you. I need to say, hey, this would be better for you if you did A and B, if you invested in this. You think a robot is going to be as charismatic as a human being? Like, no, it's not. All this stuff it's going to help things. It's going to help people do their jobs better, or whatever. But and bookkeepers, every time I try to use TurboTax, it's always. It never gets me as much money back as I get back when I take it to an accountant. And it usually costs around the same. For me to file my taxes, it's like $150. And I would rather trust those people to do it than TurboTax. So, all right.
And accountants and bookkeepers.
And I'm sorry I'm getting all upset about this. It's just crazy to me that people think, oh, these are all good ideas. Oh, these things are actually going to happen. They're not. They're not going to happen. Half the world isn't going to implode because of automation. It's just stupid. And it's fear-mongering. Oh, and you need that $1,000 a month because of it? That $1,000 a month isn't going to do jack for you. It's not going to help you in any single way.
Keepers, radiologists, like a lot of...
Radiologists, right? How about talking to some radiologists who say that this automation will help, but it's not going to replace radiologists. That's insane. It's a good article, by the way.
Professions are going to get affected by this. So the way we fund this universal basic income is that we look up and see who's winning in an era of incredible innovations. Amazon, Google, Facebook, Uber, and then you look closer and you see Amazon paid literally 0 in taxes in 2018.
0 in taxes. Okay. Again, this is what they keep saying. It's what they keep saying. Amazon paid 0 in taxes. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They paid 0 in federal taxes because of tax cuts. Pretty much because first of all, there was a time not too long ago where Amazon wasn't making a profit. They were actually losing money. Partially because they were playing the long game, because they were investing. They've invested over $100 billion in infrastructure, creating jobs. They go, oh, well, robots are going to replace the warehouse jobs. Half these warehouse jobs wouldn't exist without Amazon, first of all. Second, you're always going to need people to tape up boxes, to put stuff. I mean, it's not going to, you can't completely make your warehouse robot. It's not happening. It's not a real thing. It's horse hockey. I'm totally gonna get demonetized.
How is that possible? How could $1 trillion tech company pay less in federal taxes than you or your parents?
Than you and your parents. Great. That's the whole thing. And he says, oh, $1 billion tech company. Amazon is not a $1 billion tech company. Amazon's market value right now is $853 billion. So that, first of all, that's not $1 trillion market value. And if anybody goes, oh, well, it's close enough. No, it's not. Let's say that I say that I'm a billionaire, right? But I only have 800 million in the bank. I'm not a billionaire, am I? It's the same thing. And Amazon has not had $1 billion valuation for a while. So to call it $1 trillion, and also they don't have $1 trillion. That's what they're worth. That's their market value Because you know how much they made in profit last year? Like 11 billion. They had sales that were almost $500 billion. But out of everything, because remember, they're not making most of this stuff. They're just selling. They're like the middleman. They're the distributor. And then they go, oh, we're going to pay for it with a VAT tax. Well, guess who's going to be paying for that? You, the consumer, because that's what happens with VAT tax.
And so the way we fund the freedom dividend is we join every other advanced economy in the world and have a value-added tax that then gives the American public a tiny slice of every Amazon sale, every Google search, every Facebook ad, every robot truck mile, and returns it to your pockets.
You think we're going to have robot trucks within the next 50 years? Really? No. No, it's not happening. Especially in the state that our infrastructure is in. Our highways. Oh my God. That's what we need to fix. Instead, we're talking about impeachment. Jesus. I'm all worked up here, guys. Brian Welty, Tulsi Gabbard is a very attractive woman. And I think she's a pretty smart woman. Unfortunately, she has zero chance of becoming the president. However, I do believe that if Biden can actually get through this whole Ukraine thing, and I think it's unlikely at this point, I think that he would pick her as vice president, but we'll see. Pepperoni, again, thank you. Truck driver here from UPS. There's no freaking way robots will do these jobs unless Amazon wants to pay for their crushed, wet, damaged, or destroyed packages. That's another thing. You think you're going to get rid of UPS with robots? You think you're going to be able to? You know how long it would take to find a parking space, have the robot come out of the truck, go in the back, grab the package, go to your doorstep, and if you're in an apartment building like me, I'm on the 3rd floor. You know how long it's going to take for that robot to climb stairs? A very, very long time. Very long time. Robots are not... This is not the robot apocalypse. It's not a real thing. Thank you, Pepperoni. Yes. And how late are you? You're not too late. Your mom. Okay. I'll play a little bit more of this stupid...
And there is one state that's had a dividend for almost 40 years where everyone in that state gets between $1,000 and $2,000 a year, no questions asked. Did you know what state that is? It's Alaska.
Who cares? First of all, Alaska is basically bribing their people to stay. I've watched that show, Life Below Zero. Who wants to live in Alaska? Honestly. I mean, Alaska seems really nice, but who wants to live there year round? So the Alaska dividend is basically from oil leases. It's like from a real thing, and it fluctuates. It's not like $1,000. It's not $1,000 a month. It's sometimes they don't even give it out. They're like, oh, well, we can't this year because of budgetary problems. So this is all a lie. It's all a lie. And he's never going to become president. He's never going to get the freedom dividend passed if he ever becomes president. Like everybody in the race would have to drop out. And then Hillary Clinton would have to say, no, I'm not running. Before Yang even I said the other day that Skeletor from He-Man had a better... I'd vote for him before I voted for Andrew Yang. And when people go, oh, who's the best candidate? Like, not Andrew Yang. He's a joke candidate. He's a meme. He's the meme candidate. And people go, oh, well, Trump was a meme. Trump won the culture war with memes. But he wasn't just a meme. That's the thing. Andrew Yang is just a meme. There's nothing beyond that. Okay. Oh, let's talk about this. Done with Yang Gang, guys. But again, the challenge is this. Andrew Yang, I dare you to go to the next debate and not say anything about the freedom dividend or UBI or democracy dollars, because that's a joke too. I dare you. I dare you. You will not do it because that's your gimmick. The only thing you have is this freedom dividend. It's all you have. It's the only thing you got. Andrew Yang would not even be close to this race without his little meme gang. Poofy is trying to moderate. Josh Rubel says, "Hey man, it's quickly becoming one of my favorite YouTube channels. Keep it up. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much." I also have about around 900 people on the stream. So happy Friday to everybody. The audio is finally working. I'm thrilled with that. I'm thrilled with Poofy, by the way. Poofy is awesome. Follow her on Twitter, definitely. I'm on Twitter at don'twalk __ that's 3 underscores run. So follow me on Twitter if you're on Twitter. It's just a big countdown to when we get banned. That's always fun. So let's talk about this thing. Oh my god. So, you know what? Let me find the other tweet too, because this is unreal. This is just unreal. I might just play it and not say anything about it. This is just bizarre.
In our world, dolls are as limitless as the kids who play with them. Introducing Creatable World, a doll line designed to keep labels out and invite everyone in, making play more inclusive than ever before. Creatable World, all welcome.
I can't believe that this is a thing that exists. I cannot believe that this is a real thing. Oh my god. All right, well, first of all, more inclusive. It's only inclusive if you're really skinny and like androgynous. I mean, holy moly. Come on. Really? Like, you need to... fine, you know what? If a company wants to virtue signal like this, that's fine. That's fine. And if you want to identify as a non-binary person or transgender, has nothing to do with me, man. You know, by all means, you know, enjoy yourself. But for a company to go out of their way to make these non-binary androgynous dolls, it's so weird because, like, who are they catering to? They're not catering to anybody. Like, they're catering to, like, 0.8% of the population. Like, what person is going to buy these dolls? Like, what parent? What parent is going to buy this? Seriously, unless they go, oh, well, my child is trans, and, you know, like, how many, like, there's going to be, like, 8 people. And look, this doll here doesn't have, it has no breasts, okay? Unless there's, like, a thing that you put on, it's like an accessory. Like, I don't know, man. They're like, who's gonna buy this? Nobody's gonna buy it. It's $29.99. Nobody's gonna buy this. That's insane. What a waste of R&D, honestly. Nobody cares. You think gay little boys are gonna want to buy this? No, they're gonna want to buy girl dolls. There's no way. This is so stupid. This is so dumb. That video. And that video, they didn't make that video. That video was made by Attention. They're kind of like a Mic.com or they're just like a social justice warrior little news network thingy. It's terrible. So basically, Mattel paid them I'm gonna play the sound off. But Mattel basically paid them to make this because they're experts or something. And look at this. How old is this girl? How old is this girl that they're giving her this all this makeup? That girl can't even be 10 years old. What girl? Who do you? You don't give a 10-year-old eyeshadow. That's insane. And that might even be well, I mean, presenting as a girl. Who knows? Who knows? Honestly, who knows who half the? Is that supposed to be a boy or a girl? I don't know. Doesn't matter. I guess they're trying to say, well, you know, these dolls reflect real life for a tiny portion of the population. I mean, you know, Mattel, you want to waste millions of dollars making this crap. By all means, have at it. But it's going to backfire. You're probably going to see a lot more parents not buy Mattel stuff because of this. Trust me. It's how these things work. How many of you have not bought a Gillette razor since the beginning of this year? Slobanon says, buy the doll, bigot. Yeah, I know. People aren't going to buy this stuff, honestly. Marcus Will, UBI will speed up automation and kill more jobs. No. I don't. Yes. No, that's funny. I think UBI will speed up unemployment because a lot of people won't be looking for jobs. They're going to be like, I can live off $1,000 a month. I can become a hobbyist Twitch streamer. Thank you for that. Really, really appreciate you, Marcus. And Oliver Shorn, yo, thanks for the vids. Get a kick out of them. Now, thank you. I'm really trying to make it work for you guys. Trying to put out videos, and I'm trying to do like a once a week thing. I'm trying to do more. But I get, like, if you ask Poofy, because Poofy is, I will send her a script, and I just keep playing with it and toying with it and prodding at it and trying to make it work and trying to make it entertaining, but also informative. Because in my brain, I know how things work. I know in my brain how Yang is wrong about, like, everything. But I just can't go, oh, Yang is wrong, haha, and that's it. I need to actually convey it to you guys and in a way and source it and back it up with like real information instead of just jokes. Oliver Shorn, by the way, all that stuff about what the APA tried to keep us away from back in the 70s. Oliver, thank you very much. Yes. Aren't you getting demonetized to hell? Why not open a Patreon? I have a Patreon, and I'm very grateful to everyone who's on Patreon. Oh, somebody joined. Thank you so much. You can link your Patreon to the Discord server, and again, in the description, we now awesome meme that we now have a Discord. Finally, an official Discord. It's just difficult for me to do so many stupid things, you know. I was afraid that Twitter was going to kind of take away from my creative process, and it is a little bit, but I'm dealing with it. I'm trying to find a balance. And if you're in Philadelphia tomorrow, I'm going to be at Barcade in Philadelphia, and that should be really fun. That should be fun. I'm going to be playing a lot of video games and drink some beer. I don't even know what kind of beer they have. I didn't even look at the beer list. I'm sure I will find something. And if you're under 21 and you want to stop by, I promise you I will come outside and hang out for a little bit. I promise. How fast does it take your mental status to die while on Twitter trending? Let me tell you something. Twitter, like I see what's on trending on Twitter, and it like every time like Trump says something dumb or every time Trump like misspells something, it's headline news. It's crazy. Hoff Triune Gaming, literally have not bought Gillette since that ad. Thank you. I know a lot of people. Brian Welty, Poofy is bae. Poofy is cute. Poofy's got the glasses thing going on, but Poofy is smart as hell, and she's been super helpful in putting together the Discord and all that. So Poofy, again, thank you. You're great. And Heidi, I know you're still on here. Heidi's great too. I talk to Heidi all the time on Instagram. Heidi's my buddy. Heidi's super smart too, man. She knows a lot of stuff. And also, just thank you all for being supporters. I really appreciate it. It means a lot, especially in these difficult times, with let's look at Drudge right now. I go to Drudge Report. Old fellas. I go to Drudge Report probably like 20 times a day because I want to see what's kind of trending in the news. Let's see here. Mike Pompeo, the Secretary of State, is now being subpoenaed by Congress. It just gets better and better. And this Oldfellas movie, it wasn't released this week. It had its premiere. The Irishman, not Oldfellas, and I want to see it. It looks like it could be interesting, but it's 3.5 hours. Like, do I want to take that time away from me doing work, me doing my my business? All of my very, very hard work making these videos. And look, I try to get these things out more than once a week, but I'll get distracted from other things like 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 the impeachment stuff. This is all happening all weekend, and I was trying to figure out if I should do that or I should do the AJ Plus video. And then I get caught up in research because I want to get it right. And then I find new things. Oh, I will give you a sneak preview. Let's see here. I'm going to give you a sneak preview of my next video because this is amazing. Oh, come on. House dot. Oh, here we go. Basically, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez put out a new thing. It's called A Just Society. And it's 5 bills and 1 resolution. And of course, the biggest one, I'm not going to give too much away, but the basic one is, let's see here. So a federal public benefit is any grant, contract, loan, professional license, or commercial license provided by an agency of the United States, or retirement funds, welfare, health, disability, public or assisted housing, food assistance, post-secondary education, and unemployment benefits. Okay, so that's what a federal public benefit is. Why am I talking about that? Because AOC wants to give it to every individual who is an alien without regard to the immigration status of that alien. So basically, let's give federal benefits to undocumented workers. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. She wants to give everybody who's living here access to all these things. To grants. To loans. Federal loans. To undocumented workers. First of all, how can you even do any of that when half of them are using fake IDs? How do you make that work? I'd really like to know, AOC. I'd really love to see the logistics of how you make that happen. Honestly. And a lot of people didn't know this when I did the video about the Mississippi chicken plant raids. I'm gonna pull up this thing because this all of this is so interesting. The fact that she wants to give illegal immigrants all this, like, just everything. She's they can't vote for you, AOC. Why are you promising all these things when you can't vote? Let's see. Impeachment, immigration, ICE raid. Oh, okay. AOC is irrelevant. She even got busted at the airport by Fox News. I featured that, Oliver. I featured that in one of my videos. It was really funny. Pearl River Foods. Okay. So this is the application for a search warrant. And all this is basically the affidavit, which is the evidence. All right. And let's see here. Let me find this here. Okay, so one of the places that was raided, Pearl River Foods, all the evidence is basically that people were working there illegally. But what happened was Pearl River Foods actually ran, it's Mississippi state law that you have to run everybody's ID through E-Verify. That's the law. Every single place in Mississippi, you have to run it through E-Verify. And the problem is that a lot of times when you run IDs through E-Verify, it is you get a false positive. In other words, if I'm an illegal immigrant and I'm using somebody else's ID, like their either their driver's license or a social security number, or in a lot of cases, permanent alien resident identification, or like like green cards, because they're stolen too. It's not just American citizens. So basically, people will pay to use these documents, to have somebody steal them and then use them. So when you run those through E-Verify, it doesn't catch them half the time. It doesn't work right. But they can see that after the fact. Then after people are hired, then they do an investigation. They go, oh, this person didn't actually work there. So it might not be this one, but Pearl River Foods, they apparently ran everything through E-Verify, so they're not going to get in trouble because it's the government's fault. It's not theirs. Let me find this. Because there was one of the Cook Foods, maybe, in one of the affidavits, it basically said how these people got their fake IDs. Let me see if I can find it here. I wasn't expecting to go through this. I would have had it set up. But all these people, they're Guatemalan nationals. They're all from Guatemala or Mexico. And a lot of these people, they were caught when they were going back and forth between the border. So they would be here in the United States, work, and then go, oh, I need to go back home to Guatemala. So you know what they would do? They would just cross the border. And then they would sneak back in. And then they would get caught, and they were like, oh, sorry. Yeah, I was actually working at this place. Let me see if I can. And a lot of these people, they actually had ankle bracelets, which is kind of a dead giveaway that they're in trouble with the law, but oh, let's see. Oh, this place they didn't even need it. PH Food, Pico Foods. Try this one more time. I was trying to look for how much these people paid for these documents. Oh, well, anyway, so some of these people, if I remember correctly, some paid like $800, some paid $1,000, some paid a little bit more. But it's big business. It's big business, getting all these people to pay for, like all these people to make fake IDs. It's big, it's lucrative, and the same thing with getting people across the border. These coyotes, they, or as Kamala Harris said, coyotes. Coyotes. Why would a mother pay a coyote? Let's see. All right, let me look at the chat here. I shut it off. Let me make sure that I didn't miss anything here. Oh, I'm not gonna play it, but how many of you know who Chris Chan is? If any of you know who Chris Chan is, and my stream is not making any money. Of course, it's limited ads. So thank you, YouTube, you jerks. Seriously, I can't win. I can't even make a little bit of money on a stream. Unreal. Seriously. All right. Well, thank you everybody for thank you everybody for super chatting. It's super helpful. I really appreciate y'all. Jonathan, 199, do you really smack your head that hard or add a sound? I smack my head like that every time. That's real. Those head smacks are absolutely real. You should start a series called Twitter Trash where you debunk lies in the Twitter trending page. Well, half of them aren't lies. Half of them are just stupid. Honestly. Half of them are just like, oh, Trump didn't use an apostrophe, impeach him. You know? I wish somebody would really, I wish Trump had like a delay with Twitter, and then somebody could like check him. I think half the time he's not even tweeting anyway, but when he retweets memes, he probably just sees something and says, "Can you retweet that?" So, I have been watching for a while this thing, Chris Chan. So who do you know? Do you all know Sonichu, Chris Chan? He's basically this guy Kristen Weston Chandler, and he created this. Why is this not even playing? He created this comic called Sonichu, which is here. There we go. Which is basically a portmanteau of did I say that right? Of Sonichu and Pikachu, and it's basically Sonichu, the electric Pokemon, the electric hedgehog Pokemon. And he says he's the original creator of it, and he made this terrible comic, and it's like a deep dive. PewDiePie did a video on it, which wasn't so great, because you really need like hours and hours and hours to talk about this guy. But if any of you guys know Sonichu, like, let me know in the chat. But let's see. Balajic70, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And thank you all for the kind words and all the super chats and everything. You guys are great. Let me answer some questions, please. I'm gonna answer some questions. So Poofy, my moderator, will point out some stuff if I missed anything. But in the meantime, and Kota Noshi, thank you so much. I meant to say something. And look at the look at this. Lots of people on the Discord. So that's pretty cool. So thank you everybody for jumping on. Sylvia Tapetti, thank you very much. Appreciate ya. Andrew, you look like a nerd with glasses. Yeah, but I can't see like this close without my glasses. But I'm farsighted, so when I read off a teleprompter when I do my videos, so I don't. I can actually see far away. But I definitely need my glasses to like read my phone or look at my computer screen, because otherwise I'll get terrible headaches. Megan, thank you so much. Hey, love your honesty and transparency. Sorry it's in Canadian. No, thank you. That's very kind of you. Really, everything is you're all awesome. Thank you so much. Let's see here. You should watch the animated series on Sonichu. Yes. Nolan, you're my hero. Thank you. Nolan's a very big supporter, so thank you, Nolan. Oh, thanks for telling me your opinion on the Virginia statue problem. I am thankful. Yeah, somebody asked me about what I would do about these statues, right? All of these, Confederate statues, and I'm just like, just get rid of them. Who cares? It doesn't erase history, right? You know who put up those Confederate statues? Racist Democrats. They were basically putting them up to troll black people, right? Jade C, always kick-ass work and thoughtful analysis. Thanks for doing what you do. Thank you very much. Adam759, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely do you think Trump will be impeached? I'm unsure of what you think of the current evidence. Doesn't matter what the evidence is. He's getting impeached. He's getting impeached. They're going to find something, and he's going to get impeached, but that doesn't mean he's going to get kicked out of office. That just means that he's going to be impeached by the House. That's it. The Senate will not, they're not going to stand for it. They're not going to put it up to a vote, and he's not going to get kicked out of office. Tony the Tuna Fish, keep it up. Thank you very much, Tony the Tuna Fish. So getting back to the statues, somebody said, well, was it erasing history? And I said, okay, well, look, let's say, for instance, that in Germany, during Nazi Germany, that Hitler put up tons of Confederate statues, tons of Nazi statues and everything. They lose the war and all the statues are taken down. Does that erase history? Does that erase what the Nazis did? No, it doesn't. It's basically saying you're losers. None of this will stand. It's the same thing with this Confederate statues. And no, I am not comparing Confederates to Nazis. Not doing that at all. What I'm saying is that it's not erasing history. The Civil War still happened. And reparations are never going to happen either. When Beto's like, oh, we're gonna follow Sheila Jackson Lee's lead, and we're going to make a committee to look into it. Never going to happen. Even logistically, you can't make that happen. And I was thinking about doing a reparations video, but everybody's kind of covered it to death. And if it comes up again, if like a big thing comes up again, maybe, but at this point, it's probably not worth it. So, let me turn the sound off from the Discord. Wow. See, Discord's busy. That's amazing. And as a reminder, if you've just gotten here, I'm going to be at Barcade tomorrow at 5 p.m. Not doing a live stream, but I might post some stuff on Instagram or something. But it'll be really fun to see some of my viewers, some of my supporters. It'll be really fun. So hope to see some of you there. It'll be kind of neat. And so let me answer some questions, please. I talked about impeachment. Who do you think will win in the Overwatch Grand Finals tomorrow? That's a good question. I'll tell you what. Let's look at this, because I'm kind of curious to see what the standings were. For stage 4, the Titans were 5-2. The Shock were 7-0. And that's at the end of stage 4. And as far as the playoffs go, I honestly think that the Shock's going to take it. I think the Shock's going to take it. It's going to be tight, but they're going to take it. And I think they just can adapt quicker than any other team out there. So I think I'm going to say, if I had to bet money, and I'm not, but I would say that the Shock have the best chance. Scale of 1 to 10, how likely do you think will Trump be impeached? Again, a 10. Let's see here. Impeach. Yang Gang 2020. What are your thoughts on Steven Crowder? Well, I really want to see what happens with this lawsuit between what they're doing and what PragerU is doing. Because it's gonna make them, like, right now. I think there was a thing that came out that basically, Facebook basically admitted that they're a publisher. So YouTube has to figure that out too. They're either a publisher or they are not a publisher. So Godspeed, Steven Crowder. I hope he wins. I hope he wins that lawsuit, obviously. I said John Yang. Yang Gang. Trump 2020, Candace Owens 2024. Look, I think Candace she's fighting a good fight. She did a great job the other day in Congress. Honestly, she really put a bunch of people in their place. So good job to Candace. Where is Barcade? It's in Philadelphia. It's a little north of, it's off the train, apparently. Shapiro Owens 2024. Poofy is moderating. Thank you again, Poofy. As president, you can pull out of Syria and Iraq on day 1. That's why the establishment don't like Tulsi and will settle for Yang and the $1,000 UBI rant. Poofy and I have watched this amazing Sargon of Akkad 3-part series about Syria and how the Syrians absolutely did not, at least there's no proof of it, that they did not do a chemical attack on their own people. It's all BS. Hey, should really interview Andrew Yang, dude. I'm not interviewing Andrew Yang. I don't care. Everybody goes, oh, you should talk to him. Or the other day on Reddit, somebody's like, I'm going to pull it up, actually. I'm on Reddit, too. There is a Reddit. Which I'm not on all the time, honestly. Oh, great. Somebody posted a terrible video. So somebody basically used voice to text to make a 30-minute video about how I'm wrong about Andrew Yang. So that's great. But somebody basically said, I'd down to be interviewed as a Yang Gang supporter. Like, why do I want to interview a Yang Gang supporter? To show how stupid you are? Honestly, if any Yang Gang person thinks that UBI is actually going to pass Congress, they got another thing coming, obviously. And I just said pass, not wasting my time. Reddit is now a noun, exactly. Adam 759. What I meant to say was kicked out of office. Oh, okay. Glad to hear you're pretty confident he won't be. I don't think he will be. In fact, I think all this whole impeachment thing is going to rile up his base. I will say this. I am not going to tell you who to vote for. I will never tell you who to support. I'll tell you if it's a mistake to support somebody. I don't think you should be supporting Andrew Yang. But I will tell you that if you want to see chaos after the 2020 election, vote Republican. do yourselves a favor. Register to vote. Every single one of you register to vote. If you want to see complete chaos after 2020, vote Democrat. Vote down that line. Do it. Vote down party line. If you want to see Trump get kicked out of office, vote Democrat. Do it. Vote for everybody. Vote. There's something like 40. It's a lot. It's a lot of people that are, a lot of Republicans in the House that are retiring because they can't take it. They're, you know, but you know what? Vote if you want to see the Democrats get really pissed. Get more get the House back. Get the House back. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not saying who to vote for. I always say you should vote for people who align with your values and align with like their policy aligns with what you want. But seriously, if you're a Republican, vote Republican. I don't care who it is. Vote for Roy Moore. Vote for that guy. Seriously. If you have to vote for Roy Moore, vote for Roy Moore. But if you want to see Trump get kicked out of office and you want to see you want to see our economy destroyed, vote Democrat. Get the House and the Senate in Democratic control. Yeah, I'm hiding my feelings really well. Whoa, Chaotic House. Thanks for all the great content. Thank you so much. That means a lot. That's great. Thank you so much for that. Really, thank you. Wow, thank you so much. That's great. Okay, let's see. Let me ask me some more questions, guys. I'm gonna cut this off maybe in like 15 minutes or so, maybe, because I'm out of content. Unless you guys have something you want to talk about, maybe I would talk more about the this a just society bullshit. But honestly, I just kind of want to save it all for my next video. But I think it's funny that she's coming out with all these plans and nobody cares. Like she put out this plan. She put out this plan during the biggest week of the year, the biggest news cycle of the year, which is Ukraine. Nobody cares, and the worst rollout. Like it's even a worse rollout than the Green New Deal, which is a terrible rollout. Absolutely terrible rollout. Because she put out a fax. She put out a fact sheet that said, "Oh yeah, we can't get rid of airplanes and farting cows quick enough," and that had nothing to do with that. None of that was listed in the bill. None of it said we're gonna stop. It's cow burps, by the way. Cow burps are actually worse than cow farts, believe it or not. But none of the actual. It wasn't a bill. It was it was a resolution, and the resolution didn't say anything about that. But everybody's focusing on all the cow fart bullshit because of her. It's her fault. She totally screwed it up, and then she threw her chief of staff under the bus, basically saying, "Oh, I had a staff for that. A very bad day." Even though she wrote it, she wrote it, and she released it, and she said that it was released by mistake. Yet they never released a fact sheet to replace it. Marcus Will, your thoughts on getting to Mars? Really good question. I will say that I feel like I've talked about this previously, but if somebody said, "Andrew, do you want to go to Mars?" but you can never come back, like, you'll be the first person on Mars, Andrew, I would say hell yes. I can't come back to Earth, no problem. I'd be Neil Armstrong, except for Mars. Like, I would have an amazing legacy, and not just this YouTube legacy thing. Seriously, that would be amazing. For real. Wow. Yeah, I would totally go to Mars. As for the United States getting to Mars, it's a lot of money. I don't know if we'll actually get to Mars in our lifetime, but I think we should try, honestly. I mean, why not? Megan Schlotter? Wait, Megan Schlotter. Okay, Megan. I'm probably saying your name wrong. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. What is your opinion on Justin Trudeau? He's toast. Here in the I don't know what's happening up in Canada, but I can tell you this. We'd be talking a lot more about it here if it wasn't for this whole impeachment thing. The impeachment thing totally threw Justin Trudeau out of the U.S. news cycle. However, I don't know what's happening up in Canada, but I can tell you this: he's probably not going to get reelected unless his opponent does something stupid or says something stupid. I think his opponent, his chances went incredibly high. Incredibly high. So that's a good question. And I really don't talk about international politics, and I do consider Canada to be an international thing. I have to point out this one tweet because it's really funny. I think it was Michael Knowles the other day. Let me see if I can find it. And no, for the record, not talking about this girl. Not gonna happen. All I will say is that she's being used. That's it. She's being used. And I feel sorry for her. And that's all I'll say about that. Oh, here we go. This is great. This is my favorite tweet of last week. Justin Trudeau's new profile pic. Right? With and where'd it go? So I think Michael Knowles said, which one is Trudeau? I swore I retweeted that, but that's really funny. That's really funny. So Ace Ventura says, what do you think of Michael Malice and Gavin McInnes? I don't know Michael Malice. I don't know who he is. Love Gavin though. Gavin had me on my show. Gavin had me on his show. He was so nice to me. He was very, very, very supportive of me and my channel. And he was great to have me on, and I would love to be on his show again. Brandon says, are we more politically polarized in today's political views, or have we always been this with each other across the aisle? I want to say that social media broadcasts this bigger. In other words, it's definitely more of a it's like a megaphone. I think people, well, I mean, I will say that Trump definitely polarizes a lot of people. That's a given. And back when Clinton was getting impeached, it was every day. It was all about Clinton. Except Clinton actually, he committed a crime. He lied under oath. So, whether that was something that should have been impeachable, I mean, he broke the law, but that was a warning. They said don't impeach him, and he still regained his popularity. I don't know if I can't say for sure that it lost Al Gore the election, but who knows? It's hard to say. But we are very politically polarized, and I don't know if we're more politically polarized, but I think that more people know about politics, or at least they think they do, because of Twitter, because of Facebook. And social media has a huge role in making it seem like it's bigger, but it's not, honestly. But I will tell you this, that when I read Drudge, when I read Twitter and I just see all this garbage, I hate politics. I hate it. I mean, I cover it and I'm an analyst, but I hate it. It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. I mean, this whole impeachment thing is just so dumb. I mean, at least the Democrats know that they cannot win against Trump. I mean, let's go down the line. Like, Biden against Trump in a debate. He's your best chance to beat Trump because he has White House experience. Warren cannot beat Trump in a debate. Yang, no. Bernie, no. Like, Bernie and Warren would just get the pants beat out of him. What else? Who else? I mean, Harris, no. Harris is not going to win. Buttigieg, no. People are not going to vote. Black people are not going to vote for Harris. They don't think she's black enough. And they question the fact that she was in law enforcement. Black people will not vote for Buttigieg because he's gay. That's a reality. That's a real thing. Doesn't mean they're right. Just means he's not going to get the black vote. He can't even run South Bend. And he thinks he's going to win the presidency? It's not happening. So great question, Brandon. Thank you so much. Let's see. Michael Knowles is great. I think he got a bad deal the other day for saying what he said about that girl. But then again, don't make fun of children, and you can avoid it. But I don't think he should be canceled over it. I'll just say that. I hear rumors that NDP leader Singh is Justin Trudeau in brownface. Okay, maybe. Yeah, I don't know who that is because, again, I don't really follow Canadian politics, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Ace Ventura. Michael Malice wrote the book The New Right. He talks about some of the most influential right-leaning trolls like Gavin. He's on Compound Media. I see. I got you. Thank you for that clarification. Let's see here. Do you think Tulsi Gabbard would do good against Trump in a debate? Maybe. I think she'd do okay. But she's still got she's still like, I still have problems with her. She thinks she's a progressive, and she definitely has a lot of progressive ideas, but I do not think that, I don't think that she could switch over to be a Republican. But I think that she'd do well in a debate, honestly. Let's see. Oh, can we talk about Shepard Smith? Wow, he hates Trump, man. Shepard Smith basically came out and said that Trump broke the law, and then Tucker Carlson had this former U.S. attorney saying, no, Trump didn't actually break the law. And so they've been having this back and forth. It's great. Oh, you know what I bought the other day? Because my dad wants to get rid of his cable because cable's so expensive. And I said, look, I will buy YouTube TV if you cancel cable, basically. And it doesn't have things like Comedy Central on it. And I actually didn't see last night's or Wednesday night's South Park. I need to watch that. But I basically bought YouTube TV, and I've actually started recording like all the news channels, like every Not Fredo. And Don Lemon Show, and like everything on Fox, because if I need to go back, like sometimes YouTube doesn't have things, so like they don't show the entirety of Morning Joe. So if I record that and YouTube TV has like this DVR, so I can actually go back to whatever I recorded and go back to it. So I'm basically recording everything now. And if I need to go back to it like in a couple months and say, well, you know, Morning Joe said this about this, I can go back to it. Because there's some things, like when I was doing the Jesse Smollett video, there was some things that I couldn't get, that I didn't have access to because it wasn't on YouTube. It was a lot like CNN. They actually deleted. CNN deleted a bunch of stuff about their Jesse Smollett coverage. So I actually had to go find other ways to get it. So now I'll have it recorded, and now, you know, I'll never have that issue again. But oh, and if you saw the Dave Chappelle thing where he was talking about Jesse Smollett, holy moly, that was amazing. That was one of the funniest things. And half the audience didn't get it right away when he said Juicy Smollett, and the audience is like, what? And there's this one guy, he's like trying, like, his brain is just like working triple overtime to figure out what the hell he's talking about. And once it was so great. It was one of the funniest things. Let's see if I don't miss anything. So thank you, Ace Ventura, for that. I will definitely look up that book. Although I don't get to read a lot of books, unfortunately. I don't have a lot of times. I've mentioned this, like I have Jordan Peterson's book, and he's in rehab. Jordan Peterson went to rehab because he got addicted to Calliope because his wife is going through terrible cancer, and I think it's like a depression thing. And so he got addicted, and so he went to rehab. But I don't think it affected him like it made him like this crazy angry person. But it can happen to anybody. It's crazy. It's really scary to think how these drugs affect people. But I have his book. long way to get to that. But I have Jordan Peterson's book, and I haven't read it. I've read like I read the thing about the lobster, and that's pretty much it. I never got to it. I have Jackie Chan's biography that I'm dying to read, but I haven't had a chance. And I'm taking an Amtrak tomorrow to Philadelphia, and I was gonna read a book, but I'm going with a friend. And it's only an hour and a half ride. I thought it was like a 2.5 hour ride. But a friend of mine's coming with me, and she's been a supporter of I met her through the channel. She's a friend of mine. And so she's coming down to help out, take some pictures and stuff. So that'll be kind of neat. So Veritas, say something really smart and political. Go. Wang Gang 2020. By the way, if you're a channel member, you get access to really cool emojis like this. Like the Wang Gang emoji. I need to make more emojis. So I'm going to make that happen. I need to think of some. And yeah, and addiction is no joke. Absolutely. Been following Dr. Drew for years, since the old Love Line. Klonopin. I think I said Calliope. Klonopin. Thank you. Curious, are you still going to be in Philly at 5? That's when it starts. That's when the Barcade thing starts. So I will be there at 5. Give or take. I might be there early. I might be there a couple minutes late. Definitely have... So my friend loves Philadelphia, and she's like... She has all these things that she wants to do. Like, she knows all the cool spots. So I'm just like, fine, I'm gonna follow her lead. And I'm making her go to Overwatch, even though she has no interest in it. But it's gonna be Overwatch Grand Finals are gonna be a lot of fun. I'm hoping to buy some merchandise, and I have my jersey, which I may or may not wear. I don't know how smart it'll be for me to wear a New York jersey, but we'll see. Gentlemen, don't go to the bar. 80s Nostalgia Guy says, America First with Nick J. Fuentes often mentions your show. Oh, that's nice. The Centralist says, so what the fuck are Dems trying to impeach Trump for? It's a good question. First, they were trying to impeach him for Russian collusion. Then they were trying to impeach him for the Emoluments Clause. I made a whole video about it, where basically people from foreign countries go to Trump's hotel and Trump makes money from it, even though he doesn't. And that's a really good video to watch, actually, because it's still pretty relevant because the lawsuit's still going on. Let's see here. Ace Ventura, who has influenced your politics the most? I will say that in the last couple years, well, I've worked at a newspaper. I've worked in a lot of sports. I've worked in news. And I can tell you that most of the people that I worked with, in the video portion, all Democrats, all voted for Hillary. Oh my God, Trump was orange bad man back then. In the past couple years, I'll say that I don't want to say influenced. Okay, I guess it's really that's not a fair question. Who's influenced my politics the most? I'll tell you what's influenced the way I approach politics. And that would be people like Gavin McInnes. Because I'm trying to approach it in a funny way. And Ben Shapiro, because he just knocks out all the facts, and that's important to me too. And people like Ann Coulter and people like who else? I mean, Crowder a little bit, but like Ben Shapiro, I watch every day. Drudge Report definitely is very influential because it kind of keeps me knowing like what I need to know about. And they just don't link to Breitbart, you know what I mean? They link to everything. Like I could go to any link here, and it would probably here The Sun, Engadget, The Smoking Gun, MSN, The Daily Star, AP News. Like they give links to everybody, So that's important. The way I find my news, the way I come to all these conclusions is basically I read everything. I'm a skeptic about everything. And if somebody's talking about unemployment, I want to know what the report said. I don't want to see the spin that MSNBC is given. So, Crowder is fat confirmed. I don't know about that, but let's see here. I haven't seen Crowder in a little bit. Has he gotten fat? I don't know. Let's see here. I'm gonna wrap this up in just a few. But who has influenced my politics the most? I think it's more about who has influenced me the way I approach it. And I definitely don't Facebook does not influence me. I don't go, oh my God, Trump did what? What are your thoughts on why we should support Israel? Look, Israel is the last refuge in the Middle East. It's like Ben Shapiro says that Muslims have more rights in Israel than they do in every other country, which is true. I mean, they make up 20% of parliament. So I don't know how much money we should be giving Israel, but I mean that's a discussion for another day. I don't think we should. I think the BDS movement is garbage. I think there's kind of a middle ground, but that's. Did I answer your question? I feel like I was kind of all over the place there. Do you think AOC is actually beneficial to the Republican Party? My God, yes. because she's definitely like, she's kind of a scapegoat in a lot of ways. Because people just say, oh, it's AOC of the squad. Oh, AOC is forcing the party to go all the way to the left. And I don't think that's true necessarily. I think she's a side effect of it. But she's definitely the boogeyman when it comes to everything progressive, everything left. Like, she's the go-to. Because people don't talk about Pelosi that way. Let's see here. Poofy says, oh, if I donate $2 or more, I expect to have my question answered if I ask it. Uh-oh. I hope I didn't miss anybody's. I don't think I missed anybody's super chat. So if I did, I'm really sorry. But I don't think I did. When do you think Cory Booker is going to pull the plug in his campaign? After this next debate. He's going to pull it at the beginning of November, because he's not going to pull, and he's not going to get the $1.7 million that he's begging for. He's not going to get $1.7 million without going to corporate PACs. It's not happening. And plus, he's polling so terribly. He's not even, like, look, this is what he's polling. 2%, 3%. Like, he hasn't polled well at all. He's not going to poll, and he's not going to get 1.7 million. It's not happening. So he's dropping out before the November debate, which is somewhere mid-November. It's definitely going to be before Thanksgiving. Jacob Arnold is the Jacob Arnold, by the way. Thank you very much. That's Jacob Arnold is. Hello, Jacob Arnold. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Jacob Arnold asks, why are progressives saying most Americans support them when in actuality most Americans are moderates? Good question. It's like when Elizabeth Warren was asked about the economy, when they said, well, 70% of Democrats think the economy's great. And then she basically said, no, they're wrong. Just call everybody a liar. Because Democrats lie. Politicians lie. Politicians, Republicans and Democrats lie. That's how it works. Centralist, your thoughts on the People's Party of Canada? I don't know. What is the People's Party of Canada? The federal political party. So it's like... Oh, so it's considered a far-right party. I see. I gotcha. Okay. What do I think about it? I don't love far, like when... But it depends. I mean, it depends on how the media is portraying. I really don't know, honestly. But I don't go for like the super far right politics. Which is actually I will talk about this for a second. People go, "Oh, Andrew's a conservative. Andrew's far right." No, not. I'm more common sense. I would say I'm the common sense party. I would not say that I'm a I would not say I'm a conservative. I'm a definitely fiscal conservative, and it drives me crazy to think that our debt is so high, that our deficit is at 22 trillion right now, I think. Let me look at that. Debt clock. Let's see, debt clock. Yeah, Syrio. Our national debt is $22.6 trillion. Thanks to an Iraq war and Afghanistan war that never ends. Thanks to terrible, terrible choices in government spending. Thanks, guys. We're never going to dig ourselves out of this. When AOC is like, oh, we're the most, we're in the best political, we're in the best economic shape. No, we're not. We're on the verge of collapse. I mean, look at how much, let's see, interest on debt the interest on debt alone is $382 billion. Let's see. Our income tax revenue is 1.7 trillion. And we have a budget deficit. And we're $1.5 trillion in credit card debt. I mean, we are riding a tight line here. Invest in gold, guys. That's the best advice I can give you. Invest in gold. All right, let's see. I think I missed a super chat here. Holden says, earlier you mentioned polarization. The Roper Center at Cornell University. Cornell, I think a certain Andy Bernard went to Cornell. Sorry, been watching a lot of The Office for no reason. Cornell University has good info. Compare cons voting Dems and Libs voting for Republicans in exit polls. I will look that up. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Thank you for that suggestion. That sounds interesting. I love stuff like that. Thank you. Thank you very much, Holden. Just admit you're a Nazi. Only then will Trump ship out the uniforms. Wow. I saw the real. Oh, there's actually a debt clock in New York, too. And Poofy has done a pretty damn good job moderating the stream. Thank you, Poofy. You're awesome. And so here's what let's see. I'm gonna stay on for like 5 more minutes, answer some questions. If you're going to Philadelphia, let me know. If you're on Twitter, you want to follow me on Twitter, please do that. It's a great place to I might even follow you back. I'm following roughly half of my followers right now. It's dropped a little bit. If you interact with one of my tweets, I tend to follow you quicker that way. Let's see. How much money do we give away in foreign aid? Way too much. Way too much. That's got to stop. Hi from New Zealand. Let's see here. Vesterbone says, have your meetup somewhere that doesn't make you 21. Okay, I promise you, if you go to Barcade, I will come outside and hang out for a little bit, honestly. It's just, there's food there, there's arcade games there. I'm the majority of my audience falls within, above 21. And I'm not trying to belittle anybody that's under 21 at all. I promise you I will come out and hang out for a little bit if you stop by, if you're under 21, because Barcade is a bar. And I really didn't have a lot of choices in the matter about where I could meet up, where I could actually chill out and have a beer. So I'm sorry if you can't come in, but I promise you that I will come out and hang out a little bit. I think that's a great, I think that's me being very nice. But I want to come out. I think it's a good compromise, honestly. So I promise you, if you come out, I will. And I was actually thinking when I do my New York meetup, I might do it in Trump Tower as a joke. But we'll see. Ace Ventura, a lot of talk about recession looming. Thoughts? There will be a recession if a Democrat gets in the White House. I promise you there will be a tech bubble. We are going to have hard economic times if Trump does not get a second term. But vote for who you want to. That's fine. I'm not telling you who to vote for. Vote for Elizabeth Warren if you want. That's cool. Marcus Will, don't agree with you on Israel. We get absolutely nothing supporting Israel. We've been paying Israel UBI for 50 years. Ditch Israel, keep our money. I don't know if we should be giving them as much money as we do, but I think we should definitely support them in supporting the fact that Israel should exist. It's definitely one thing. Let's see here. Let me find here. Thank you for all donating and being here. Poofy, yes. And yeah, we have still around 550 people on. That's really cool. So thank you. Why does Israel demand blood tests for citizenship? I didn't know that. I don't know if that's real. Are you voting for President Donald Trump? I will be voting for Trump. I'm not telling you to vote for Trump, but I am voting for Trump. That's not that's not me saying you have to do this, but if you're smart, you should probably be voting for Trump. You want to see economic collapse? Vote for Bernie Sanders. I think you might be one of the only YouTubers who actually criticizes both sides of the spectrum. Look, people say that I don't criticize Trump. I do. I totally criticize Trump. He tweets way too much. I mean, that's everybody's problem. He totally screwed up the citizenship question. He had to make it this whole thing about voting rights laws. Like, no, all he had to do was say, it's been on the census in one way or another. It was on the long form census, and it was also on the community survey. Why he didn't just say that and say, we're putting it on, that's it. Then the Supreme Court would have said, sounds reasonable to me. But instead they came up with this cockamamie excuse, and now they screwed it up. That's one of my biggest disappointments. And also Kavanaugh. Why he didn't pick Amy Coney Barrett, I'll never understand. Marcus will. Look up the attack on the USS Liberty. I will. Sam, thoughts on the Joker movie controversy regarding all the media outlets virtually fantasizing that some incel will shoot up a theater. Somebody said that some media, good question by the way, some media outlets said that it was like some incel fantasy. He has a girlfriend in the movie, so he's not an incel. An incel is involuntarily celibate. That's what that means. He's got a girlfriend. He's got a hot girlfriend in the movie. Look, I had no interest in seeing this movie. I had zero interest in seeing the Joker movie. Didn't care. Wasn't going to see it. But now that everybody's bitching about it, I need to see it. And I need to see the Rambo movie. Because the media hates that too. So I need to see that. I need to see Rambo, and I need to see the Joker. So thank you for a good question. Ace Ventura says, is a recession possible with Trump? If not, why? Because I think with the economy is very emotional, and like just earlier this week, the Dow went down because of this whole impeachment thing. Businesses are worried because then if they think, oh well, let's see, instead of hiring 10 new people, maybe I should save some of my money for when taxes go up and I can't afford to pay for all these employees and all their crazy benefits and everything because of all these new regulations that are forcing me to let people start a union. So people freak out about that kind of thing. And I don't blame them, honestly. So I think a recession is possible, but we just kind of recovered from a recession in the past couple years. So I don't think we're going to have a recession for another 4 years or more, unless we get a Democrat in the White House or a Democrat controlled Congress. That's how I see it. And I think Rambo Last Blood was an enjoyable conclusion. No spoilers. I don't want to know anything about it. Let's see. USS Liberty was a tragedy. Stupid Israel. Okay, I probably know about it. I just don't know about it in my brain right now, so I don't really want to say anything. What is a senior political analyst? Well, wait. It's basically I am the senior political analyst on this channel. I'm the highest out of everybody. This, just so you know. Are you trans or gay or queer? None of the above. Thank you very much. I am a cis straight male. Thank you. Shlamo Blamo says, why won't Amazon give $10 trillion to the GND? Good question. Good question. Probably because they're not even valued at a $1 trillion. I don't think that they could write a check for $5 billion. Honestly, I think it's all worth, really. What is with the cat profile picture? All right, I'm gonna answer a couple more of these questions. Oh, I watch a lot of cat stuff. Aww, poor cat.
You're
all right,
my
let's see.
sunshine, my only sun.
Nope, stop. Basically the cat's from my very first video, second video that I made. It was an MTV video. I don't know why this isn't working. Great job. I hope my channel's not deleted. It's from the very first MTV video that I made. Look it up. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, no. Let's see, your channel. Videos. I'll try and play like a little thing. Here we go. Here we go. So, dun, dun, dun. Skip ad. Yeah, because basically that guy was wearing a shirt. Stop saying you're woke because it sounds fucking retarded.
Learn what mansplaining is, and then stop doing it.
We all love Beyonce, and yeah, she's black, so of course she cares about black issues.
This
is when I was a meme channel. There's a channel called 50 Shades, and then there was another channel who I will not name because he has asked me to not talk about his channel anymore. But I was very, very, very influenced to start doing videos after Trump won the election and after seeing all these really great compilations and meme stuff. And so I started doing, and then this MTV video came out.
Hey, fellow white guys.
In case you haven't heard, MTV News released a video titled 2017 Resolutions for White Guys. Wait, MTV News is still a thing? Kinda. I mean, there's coverage of real music news.
Pop some champagne, Poppy. Drake's One Dance is the first song ever to surpass 1 billion plays on Spotify.
Drake is technically music news, sorry. Then there's the bullshit race-baiting commentary like Decoded that are futile attempts to drive traffic. But all it's doing is pissing people off and killing MTV's brand.
White people. White people. White people. It's white people. It's white people. White fragility. White Americans. White people. White people. White Americans. White people. It's white people. It's white people of institutional racism. Racism of racism. 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 It's white people. They sometimes begin to think they're being personally attacked or blamed.
Hey, fellow white guys.
Totally being attacked and blamed. Francesca Ramsey is garbage. and so is decoded. Okay, so that's where the cat comes from. Bag99. Do you respect Howard Stern's bumhole? I used to listen to Howard Stern quite a bit, actually. Not really anymore, but I really think Howard Stern used to be so great. Haven't really kept up with the guy. Cirrus98 says, I'm sure I missed it, but what do you think about the Dems media twisting the phone call and even lying to make Trump look like he committed an impeachable offense? Even Shepard Smith did it too, because they basically said, will you do me a favor and check out Hunter Biden? He never said that. Never said that. All garbage. It's this is why the media, this is why America doesn't trust the media right now. And it's a huge problem. It's a huge problem. And why are they getting away with it? Because nobody's calling out it. Nobody except like people like me and like the Daily Wire and Trump's team. Trump put out a great video calling it out, which I will play for you right now because it was perfect.
Tonight,
so
the media is lying to you, and we have evidence. Today, as you've all heard, President Trump released a transcript of his call with the Ukrainian president. It clearly exposed the media. The media told us there was an offer of quid pro quo. False. The media told us that the president leveraged foreign aid. False. And the media told us that Joe Biden was mentioned 8 times by President Trump. False again. Well, tonight,
then that was all before the transcript came out. That was all before that. Then, so, let's see. So let me skip to this.
watch the clips.
The Ukrainian president mentions buying missiles from the United States. And President Trump tells the Ukrainian president, I would like you to do us a favor, though. President Trump urges the Ukrainian president to work with his personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, and Attorney General William Barr to look into Joe Biden and his son's business dealings in Ukraine.
And then he says, quote, I would like you to do us a favor. The president asks Zelensky to dig up dirt on Biden and his son, Hunter, who sat on the board of a Ukrainian energy company.
And that's not what happened. They cut out something like 500 words between favor and there's a lot of talk about Biden's son. Total garbage. Total garbage. And the press totally got away with it. Totally got away with it. I bet if I did a man in the street thing, they would say that, oh, Trump said, will you do us a favor and look into Trump, into Biden? Guarantee it. It's all garbage. Get an ad blocker. I'm not getting an ad blocker for YouTube because I want to support my fellow YouTubers. But I do have an ad blocker with everything. I have an ad blocker on Twitter. I'll tell you that right now. So great question. Thank you very much, Cirrus98. I heard this on the other day on NPR National Propaganda Radio. Exactly. There was even a live press conference with Zelensky. That was definitely helpful. Zelensky saying that there was no push. He didn't say pressure. That's super helpful. But basically, Schiff is going to go, oh, he was covering for the president because they want to kiss up to Trump. Let's see. How about that CNN yellow highlight format? Yeah, I know. I'd like to see some people with walk, don't run on a panel. I honestly, I was not planning to do a live stream today. I figured out I was going to have to do one yesterday. So thank you for all the support and all the super chat money and everything and my new members and join the Discord and get like a special role if you're a member or a Patreon supporter. I want to do a live stream with somebody Skyping in. I think that would be really fun. So if you have any suggestions, let me know on the Discord, or let me know on Twitter, or let me know here. Hunter did nothing wrong. Hunter Biden was making $50,000 a month as a lawyer. Unreal. I'd love to make 50 grand a month. I'd love to make 5 grand a month. YouTube is just sucky. Oh, and NPR, look, NPR is, they do not, you want to talk about giving Israel money? Why does NPR get money? They have ads. They say that they're not ads, but they're ads. In fact, this is the last thing I'm going to play. I tried to play this the very first time I did a live stream with the software, and it didn't work. So, let's see here. Okay, so one is a television commercial you would see on normal TV. All right? I'm gonna watch that.
At Farmers, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a trucksicle.
How you doing?
It saves us some drilling. And we covered it February 14th, 2015. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Okay, so that was a normal commercial. This one is the same commercial that you would see on PBS, except they don't call it a commercial.
At Farmers, we've seen almost everything, even a trucksicle.
How you doing?
It saves us some drilling. And we covered it February 14th, 2015. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
No, not an ad. Not an ad at all. What is the point of Farmers Insurance giving them money to post that ad if it's not an ad? So people at home are just like, huh, Farmers Insurance is sponsoring this, whatever. It's an ad. But supposedly there's all this bullshit FCC regulations and it's not an ad. Bullshit. They're getting paid. McDonald's pays for them. Farmers and like they get money from running spots, whatever you want to call it. You do not need to. We spend something like $400 or $500 million on NPR and PBS a year. We do not need to spend that money. Cut it. Get rid of it. Cut it down. Shut it down. That's garbage. And I would love to do a piece about that one day. A typical Dodge owner driving on frozen legs. Oh, funny. Okay. Well, oh, Matt Christensen. Oh, look. I don't think Matt Christensen's going to do a live stream with me, honestly. He's never reached out. He knows that I exist. He's actually technically I'm a bigger channel than him now, which is just mind-blowing. I have more subscribers than him. Which I don't, he's lost some subs. I don't know if what's happening. But it's a shame because he's a good writer. He's a solid YouTuber. And he makes a lot of great points, but I don't think me and him are doing anything down the road. I'd love to do something with Ben Shapiro, honestly. I'd love to do something with PewDiePie. Maybe I'll have Andrew Yang on my channel. How about that? No, never happening. I would like to, I want to go down to Washington DC and maybe talk to like Lindsey Graham. Like he would be a great get. I would love to talk to Lindsey Graham or Jim Jordan or Debbie Lesko. She's great. If you watch Debbie Lesko in any of these committee hearings, she's awesome. Let's see. Well, I think Shapiro's okay but overrated. I think Shapiro... I have minor issues with Shapiro, but overall, I like his work. I like his... I like his analysis. I think he's very fair when it comes to Trump, and he did not like Trump. He didn't want Trump to win. He was a Ted Cruz guy, I think, but somebody gave a Jonathan Furtado. You're right, Andrew. Why give it to NPR when I can get it to you? Aw. Besides, it's their pledge week. Thank you very much, Jonathan. That's very kind of you. I don't think that the federal government should be giving them any money, honestly, or at least cut their budget down. They don't need it because they're always begging people. It drives me crazy. It really does. It's not. Marcus Will, against UBI for America, so against UBI for Israel. Okay. You like Knowles more than Shapiro, really? Shapiro's wife is a doctor. That I know for sure. Oh, I like Louis. Yeah, I like him. I like him too. Shapiro. Okay. Maybe there's some fact. Let's see. All right. Let's talk. I'm gonna wrap this up. If anybody has any last second questions, I hope to see some of you in Philadelphia. Just again, got some cool T-shirts. I will make some without the cat. I will figure that out. I will confer. Maybe some of you can talk about it on my Discord. Losing my voice. That's great. I don't wear these shirts really on the show. I wore the cat shirt on the show one time. That was really fun. I like these shirts. I made them myself. I actually made the design myself. As you can tell, they're very minimalist design. I actually had to buy the rights to the cat. I had to buy the rights to the cat so I could use it. Holden says, I agree that UBI won't happen. At least Yang is the only candidate discussing automation in a serious way. Curious how you feel about that. He's fear-mongering. There's not going to be robot trucks. There's not going to be... fast food is not going to be completely replaced by automation anytime soon. If ever. I mean, imagine going to a diner. Imagine, so you're going to need robot waiters and waitresses, right? And then there's a billion things on a menu. There's way too many things on a menu at a diner. You think you're going to have automation that's going to be able to handle every single thing on that menu? Also, you're going to have, let's say you have a fancy restaurant. Menus change, right? So you're going to have to change what the robots do in the back to make this particular food that this world famous chef has come out making this world like Gordon Ramsay. Let's say you go to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. You think there's going to be robots making Gordon Ramsay food? No, it's not a thing. All this stuff's not real. It's not real. Automation will help improve certain things. It might eliminate some jobs, like cashiers at the front of a fast food place. But you still need those cashiers. That you're not eliminating you're not eliminating the statistic. You're not you're not going to lose millions of jobs. Those jobs are going to be put to use in other parts of the restaurant. So if you're not at a cashier, you're still going to be putting the stuff in a bag or wrapping the sandwich or handing out things to people or actually, doing the prep work. It's not eliminating jobs. I think he's dead wrong about half the stuff he talks about. Because he's not when's the last time you think Yang was in a fast food restaurant? Probably never. Grant says Ben's wife is a doctor. Yes, she is. I think she is. Dude, I'll take you to Tokyo. I'd love to go to Tokyo. Can you photo my kitty for free? He's cute. Aw. How is promising $1,000 a month to every citizen not an outright bribe? Oh, that's actually a thing. When he said that contest at the debate, there's a question as to whether that actually breaks campaign finance laws. There's a debate whether he did or not. I'm not sure that he did, but he kind of did. ASC is definitely cute when you compare her to Crazy Nancy. Okay, well, sure. If Yang got the nomination, which he obviously wouldn't, Trump would promise 100. No. No, he wouldn't. Tulsi is smarter than ASC, absolutely. Holden says, thanks for answering. Totally agree. Telling farmers that all their jobs would be gone before the Industrial Revolution would be scary. And that's another thing. I would love it if we could automate farms. We can't. You can't automate every commodity. It's not a real thing. So it's unfortunate because it would definitely help cut down on illegal immigration. That would be a plus. Well, I think I'm out of steam. I think that's it. Guys, thank you all for hanging out. Just gotta go through all this stuff real quick. I got the fun t-shirts, got the channel memberships. If you join the channel, you will get a custom Discord tier. You'll get a cool loyalty badge. They're always fun. Go to Drudge Report. Thanks for watching all my videos. Thanks for joining my Patreon. Patreon's great too. You get special discounts at the store. If you spend $10 or more, you get a 15% discount on merch. 20% if you spend 20% or more. And you get a 10% discount as a member, by the way. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. And the Discord, of course. Gordon Ramsay food. And of course, Barcade in Fishtown, Philadelphia tomorrow. Again, if you're under 21, I will absolutely come outside and hang out. I'll take a selfie if I have to. And yeah, I hope everybody had fun. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being a part of my dumb little live stream. And if you have any questions, like, hit me up on Twitter. Oh, that's another thing. Hit me up. Oh my god. Please hit me up on Twitter. I might follow you back. And I'm on Instagram too. I didn't really talk about Instagram, but I am on Instagram. And I will probably be posting a bunch of stuff on Instagram tomorrow. And that's it. Thanks again for hanging out, guys. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate you, hanging out on a Friday night. And I will hopefully see some of you at Barcade. So take care, guys.